Hey, what's up guys, it's still from Fino Concept. So today we are going to have a design for a business. This is going to be more specifically for makeup artists, but if you're a photographer or a food vendor or you even sell chocolates or something like that, chocolate is food, then you can also apply this to whatever design that you are interested in. You just have to change a couple of images. Anyway, if you're interested in what I've said so far, then let's just get started. Welcome to Fino Concept. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Alright, so as always, I'm going ahead to use Adobe Photoshop, so I'll open it up here and I'll go ahead and create a new document. And I'm also going to use a width and height of 2000 because in case I want to put this on my social media platforms like Instagram or WhatsApp status, it can be a lot easier for me. Or let's just go with A4. Let's go with something. And I'm actually going to even crop this up. So you know what, let's make it 4:5 so that putting it on Instagram would work just fine. So the first thing we are going to do is actually create a shape. And to do that, I'll be using the pen tool, which is right here, or P on your keyboard. So with the pen tool, I'll just click up here and set it to shape. And I'll create a random shape like so. So click here, click on this area and just drag it. Don't release, just drag. So something like this should be just fine. And I'll click a couple of times just to seal out that area. Now, as you can see, you are not really seeing anything because the fill is set to white and the background is also white. So it's basically white on white, which doesn't show anything. So what I'll do is for the shape you just created, I'll just double click on the thumbnail of the shape. So double click and change it to whatever color you want and you will see it's right there and then. Now I also want us to create another thing. So that would be another shape just to create some dimension for it. So quite similar to what we have, but I'm not going to make it the same. So I will not make it something like this looking exactly the same. I'll probably click beneath somewhere here so that it looks like they are in the same direction but slightly different. So something like this is okay, and I'll click hit enter on my keyboard, and I can also change the color to whatever I want. Now I have come to notice that if you use royal blue and yellow or purple and yellow, it is a lot easier for people to identify and recommend it or even stare at it. So that is what we are going for this tutorial. I'll be using purple, I think purple, pink and yellow all together, just combining them. So let's just select a purple color from here. What we have here doesn't really matter because we are going to place an image on it. And on that note, let's even grab in an image from my computer. You know what, I think it will be somewhere here. All right. Now, this image was not shot by me. Obviously, you can see the name here. So this was by Jaguar, and the makeup artist was Vet Makeover. So definitely check them out. Two amazing people. There are other images. This also by Jaguar, and I think there's another one by Frankie's, also Frankie's Photography. Be sure to check them out if you are based in Ghana. All right. So this is the image I'm going to be using. So I'll just open it up here. Click and drag and drop and put it somewhere around here and just click on OK. So once I have the image in there, making sure that the image is on top of my shape, the shape I want to put the image on, I'll just right click on the image and go to create clipping mask. Now it will just show where that shape is. So if I go ahead and bring this all together, I think this is what we are getting. But I honestly don't like to put this image here. You know what, let's find something else. Let's try this one. The reason for that is it looks a bit too huge for me. So let's create that clipping mask again and see how this is also looking like. This is also a bit too huge. I have the face too close to the shape. I wanted something like this so that at least you can see a bit of the shoulders and all of that, but it's unfortunate. So you know what, let's just go with the first one. I think we'll just work with this for now. Now permit me to take this off. So I'm just using the healing brush tool. So you press on Alt, you sample an area, then you brush over the area you want to take. I have tutorials on it already, so I'm sure you can go ahead and look at a few of them. I wasn't picking my nose actually. I was just I'm a bit tired. It's 3 a.m. in the morning and I have to get this video done because I haven't uploaded in 3 weeks. Oh, that's a lot. So you know what, I'm actually going to position these two a bit closer to the edge so that I can reduce the size of my image and show a little bit of what I want to show. And even if I want, I think I can place this somewhere here. Then just as I did previously, I'll sample this area with my healing brush tool. So I'll sample, make the brush bigger, and I'll just brush over in here like so. So it appears as if this is also part of it, but actually there's nothing like that. I'm also going to create one more shape. So let's go back to the pen tool, create a shape like this, hit enter and change the color to something we feel comfortable with. So I'll go with a purple color, but let's move it slightly to the pink area. I think something like this. And you know what, let's make the purple much darker. Yeah, I think something like this is looking cool. Now I'm also going to add in a bunch of other images. So to do that, you know what, let's group these before. So click on the last one, click on the top one. Let me come again. Click on the last one, hold the shift key and click on the top one, so it will sample all of them. Or you can just click on the last one, hold Control and select everything one after the other. So I'll hit Control G to group them up, or you can click on the third icon from the right. This is also going to create a group for you. So let's call this top image, if that even makes sense. So let's call this top image. And I'm going to be creating a bunch of circles over here. That is where I'm going to be putting the rest of my images. So click and drag. Now you can see that I'm not getting a perfect circle. It's more of an oval. So to get a perfect circle without releasing the mouse, I'll hold down the shift key so that it becomes a perfect circle. So something like this. And I'll place this somewhere here. Duplicate it using Control J. So Control J. And I'll bring the second one somewhere here. Duplicate again, Control J. And I'll bring the third one somewhere around here. Now these are a bit too huge, so I'll select all three just as we did. Select the top one, hold shift, select the last one, and make it a little bit smaller. I think something like this is okay, and I'll position them here. So what I will do is I'll add in a bunch of other images from the same makeup artist. Of course, this is one ellipse. This is on the extreme left, so let's just call this left. If you want to rename anything in Photoshop, just go to the layers panel, double click on the name of the layer you want to change. Double click on the name, nowhere else, on the name itself, and you'll be able to change the name. So I'll double click on this and call this maybe middle or center, and I think this is the right one, so double click right. Okay, so for the left, let's add in an image. Let's go with this image. So I'll put this somewhere here. And like I said initially, you make sure that the image is on top of the layer you want it to be applied on. So this image is on top of the left, so I'll right click and I'll go to create clipping mask, and it will only appear on the left circle or where the left circle was. So if I select my image, I can resize using the move tool, which is the V on your keyboard or the first icon up here, if you haven't changed your orientation, of course. So I think somewhere around here is just fine. Then I'll go to center and I'll do the exact same thing. So let's get an image. Let's take this one, put it on top, right click, create clipping mask, and I'll resize the image to fit what I am doing. So yeah, I think something like this is just fine. Then I'll go to the right and do the exact same thing. Let's go with this image. This is among my favorite images. It was shock. It was shot by Frankie's Photography, so feel free to check him out as well. Also another amazing photographer to work with. He's too funny sometimes. Alright, so I think basically this is looking quite neat for us, but I don't like the images looking raw like this, so we are going to add in a border or some outline or a stroke. They all mean the same thing. So I'll select the left one. You can select any of the shapes actually. I'll select the left one. I'll click on FX, which is the second icon from the left, and I'll go to stroke. Then in the stroke over here, let's start with the color. I'll select a white color. I'll select a white color, and I'll change the position to outside, and the size I'll make it about 20. 20. The opacity is set to 100%, and the blend mode is set to normal, and I'll click on OK. So I'm going to apply this same effect on the rest instead of doing it over and over again. So with the left, as you can see, we have the effect over there. Just right click and go to copy layer style, then select the layers you want to apply this on. So I want to apply it on the center, hold Control, and I want to apply it on the right, Control click. So right click and go to paste layer style. So copy layer style, paste it. Then this is what we have, looking quite neat. Now if you have a bunch of information, this is the part you put it in. No, let's group these and call them circle images, if that also makes sense. So if you want to add in some text, you just be using the type tool, which is T on your keyboard. I'm using the horizontal type tool. So I'll just click and drag and create a space around here like so. So let me explain. The reason why I click and drag is to get a rectangle, which all the text are going to be in the rectangle. If I don't click and drag, this is what I get. Wow, 700 points. Let me change the size. No, let me change it to about 10. We are going to be using Gotham in this case. I'm not explaining what I'm doing because I'm actually not talking about this. So let's see, let me zoom in. Let's say I want to type in something like this and I don't click and drag. Anytime I type, let me use the left align option. Anytime I type and I hit enter, I can keep typing and it will actually exceed the border of the first one. This is not what we want. But if I go ahead and let me delete that. If I go ahead and click and drag, now we have a specific border and it is never going outside that border. That's the reason why we click and drag. It is important to keep all your stuff aligned correctly. So I'll select this and I'll be using the left align. We have right align. I prefer the left align. Then I think this is okay. I can copy and paste it again in case I have a bunch of information. So in this case, I actually don't, and Photoshop will just generate a few of them for me. So let's just say this is what I have and this is looking cool for me already. So I can also select these two texts in case they are the most important text and increase their size. I can also make them a bit bolder, like the ultra version of Gotham font. I think this is looking too light for me or too thin, so let's use the book version. And I can have something like this in there for the text. And in case this isn't the only text you have, you can also add in another one. Let's duplicate this and put one on the right, highlight everything, then I'll make it right align perhaps. And probably let's even make it much smaller because let's say we don't have that much of information for the right hand side. So something like this is also looking quite cool. But let's also group this and call them text. But if we leave our design like this, this is not nice enough. We have to also add in some contact info and a bunch of other things. So to do that, I'll just be using the rectangle tool or U on your keyboard. So I'll select about this area, should be fine. I'll select a specific color, so just double click since it is a shape, double click and select a color you want. I prefer this color. If I move back down there, you see that it has taken effect. So if you have your information, this is where you can put them. I can also have in another rectangle, which I will draw like so. And instead of using that color, I'll actually use this second color. Yeah. Then I'll be using the move tool. So what I'll do is I'll hold down the control key. Now holding down the control key and click on any of the edges, you can see that the cursor changes, and I'll just stretch it out. So using the control key, you'll be able to deform the shape. So I'll have it stretched out to something like this. And I think this is looking quite cool. You can always manipulate it to however you want. I think I can even go with something like this. So if I have any other information like contact info, this is where I'll put it. Now if you want to type, make sure that no layer is selected. Just click on any empty space here and start typing it. So I can say call us on, then I'll add in an info like, I hope this isn't someone's phone number, else I'm putting it on the internet. So let's select a white color from here, click on OK, and probably make this also ultra perhaps, and make this a bit bigger like so. If there are other information, definitely you can put it in here, like the website can go here. Let me stretch this out. I don't have text for this. Honestly, I didn't prepare as much as I thought I did. So I can place this somewhere around here and I am good to go. Let's select all of these, group them, and let's call them bottom. Bottom. I'll save this afterwards. So basically this is it. There's one more thing I want to add in, because we have this empty space in here. You can add in as much images as you want, but I prefer using something like this. So I'll grab the ellipse tool, I'll create a circle like so, as big as this. Let's select a white color. It's a shape, so we can just double click and select a white color, and let's give it a stroke. So FX, then click on stroke, then go with any different color. I think this color is looking quite okay, probably 50 or 30. Let's make it 30, and I will add in our text, one more text. So just as I said, make sure no layer is selected or active, then type in your information. So I'll say something like 50% off. Yeah, 50% off on all makeup. Now, just as I said, this is not just for makeup, it is for any business. Actually, any business at all should work just fine. So if it is a dress, all you have to do is just change the information as well as the images you want to have in there, and you are good to go. So what I'm doing is just adjusting the font size and the font style to suit what I am doing. So I'll go with ultra again. I think this text shouldn't be too huge. Let's try 24. No, let me just delete that one and put the off here. FF. I can't type today. Alright, so I'll just go with something like this. And basically this is it. This is a very simple tutorial to get started on your designs. Now this is created for beginners, so if you're a beginner, definitely you can learn a thing or two from this. If it was something professional, it's going to take a lot longer than this. Like I said, it's 3 a.m. I'm already tired. It's 3:15 now, so this is what I can do for now. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like, let me put my microphone here. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like to watch more of our videos, hit that subscribe button, and as always, don't forget to share with your family and friends. This is Theo from Fino Concept, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.